Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be looking at the new Spriggun Archetype, I believe it's called. And I was told it has an interesting concept. I wasn't exactly told what the concept is. And all I know, it has this, it's an Xyz archetype. That's really all I know about it. And I guess we'll just start it then. Shall we? The card review, I guess you could call it. So we are starting off with a level 4 fire machine monster. With 1800 attack, 800 defense. Both of its effects are hard once per turn. If this card is normal special summon, you can target one Spriggun's monster or one vast desert gold in your graveyard and add it to your hand. It'll kind of depend on how much you want the cards in your graveyard specifically, and or how much you want them in your hand. So I'll have to just refer to that effect kind of later. As a second effect, where if this card's in your hand, field, or graveyard, you can attach it as material to a Spriggun's Xyz monster. So depending on the Xyz monster, we'll have to see how useful that is. Next we have Spriggun Speed. It's a fire machine, 0 attack, 2k defense. Both effects hard once per turn. You can tribute this card, summon a Spriggun's from your graveyard. It'll kind of have to depend on how easy it is to get Spriggun's in the graveyard, so we'll have to keep that effect on hold. If this card is in your hand, field, or graveyard, you can target one Spriggun's Xyz. Yeah, it has the same second effect where it just attaches material. So once again, it'll kind of have to depend on how good the Xyz monster is and whether it's worth even attaching material. And seeing earlier that it was like a rank 8 over here, we'll have to see how easy that Xyz monster is to get out anyways. Next we have a level 8, okay? Seeing that it's a level 8 for a rank 8, it'll have to kind of be, easy to bring out. So if this card's in your hand or field, grave, yeah, that's an attaching effect. You can banish both this card and a Spriggun's monster from your graveyard, add a Spriggun's card. Not sure how much I like that. I mean, seeing that all of them kind of attach themselves as material to the graveyard, it'll kind of have to depend on whether you want to use this effect or you want to use the Xyz monster's effect for detaching material. It's kind of hyping up to this boss monster, so I'm guessing it's going to be kind of like a protect the castle style deck. We're just going to try and protect the boss monster at all costs. So it's interesting, but as I said, I don't know if you want to get those cards out of your graveyard since they can just attach themselves from there. And we also just want to see how effective these other Spriggun's cards are. Reading the above cards, I don't think you'll be able to use them with this card right here, since it requires you to banish another Spriggun's monster from your graveyard. So we'll keep going. Another level 8 fire machine, 1500, 2800. If this card's in your hand, field, or graveyard, attach, and then it has 3 effective scenes, 2 are hard ones per turn. During your opponent's turn, you can detach one Xyz material from your monster, target face of field target face of card on field and destroy it. That is a very good effect. Just being able to pop cards, and since it seems you can overload the Xyz monster with Xyz material, since all of them can just attach themselves, that actually seems really good. But the thing is, since it's a rank 8, and these level 8s don't even have any inherent way to summon themselves, I don't really see how you're getting the rank 8 out in the first place. And next, if Spriggun's monster that uses it gains 500 attack. That's okay, I guess. But right here we have the Xyz monster. It's a rank 8 fire machine. He's got 1600 attack. That's really low. I guess that's why this had 500 attack gain thing. And it's materials of 2 plus level 8 monsters. You can choose one monster zone or spell or trap zone your opponent controls. Detach any number of materials. Detach any number of materials, then destroy cards your opponent controls of the number of materials detached in that chosen monster spell or trap zone, or monster zones adjacent to it. This is some really wacky card text. It'll take me a second to realize it. So you choose one zone on your opponent's field. You detach any number of any number of Xyz materials, and then I think it goes like in a cross shape type thing where it destroys everything there. So say your opponent has a monster in the EMZ, you just destroy everything. if your opponent has like a monster in the EMC, it has a monster below the EMC, it has a monster beside it, and it has a spell or trap there, you can like destroy all of them. That's kind of a wacky effect. It really depends on your opponent playing into that, and if you're bringing that out, I really doubt your opponent is going to be playing into this unless they like spam tons of monsters and they have no way of really just playing around zones or just kind of playing a link deck. Once again, it's going to be kind of difficult to resolve this, but if you are able to resolve this and you'll be able to like pop up to 4 cards usually, I really doubt your opponent will have the spell trap zone, monster spell trap zone, but it is a pretty interesting effect. And seeing that you probably won't be able, you won't get a chance to maybe detach all of those material, maybe you'll only detach maybe 2, you can just use this card's effect right here to just blow up monsters your opponent controls, which is just super cool. And during your opponent's main or battle phase, you can banish this card until the end phase. So it's kind of like Time Thief Redoer, where it has the ability to just banish itself, so while it's banished you can more than likely just protect it, I guess. So it depends on others, if any other effects like relate to it, because if no other effects relate to this, then it is trash. Like Redoer, its Spanish effect seems pointless at first until you read Cyframe Gear Gamma, just being able to search anything you want in response to it. So we'll have to see how this effect goes. Next we have a spell card. Finding a spell card, you can only activate 1 card. You can only activate this card once per turn. You can add 1 Vast Desert Gold, I'm not going to pronounce it, from your deck to your hand, and if you control a Vast Desert Gold, seeing that we've gone through all the monsters, I'm guessing that this Vast Desert Gold thing is like a field spell or trap or continuous spell, something on those lines. In your field, oh yeah, it's a field spell. In your field zone, apply this effect, and then you can search a Spriggun's monster and then send a Spriggun's monster from your deck to the graveyard. So that is, I'm guessing, how you're going to resolve this card right here, just summon a Spriggun's from your graveyard. So you basically get to summon this card from your, you can realistically summon any Spriggun's monster from your deck to your hand, since you can always just search this one, Spriggun's Speed, and then send anything else to the graveyard in order to just summon it back. That's actually pretty good on a card. So next we will see our finally our Vast Desert Gold Golconda, whatever you call it, and it has apparently 3 effects. You can only use second, third effect once per turn. All Spriggun Disease monster you control gain 1000 attack. I think that's kind of understandable, seeing how low the attack of the Xyz monster is. But I don't think it's that much of a boost really, because you're more than likely going to be something in defense. Next, if you do not control a Spriggun Xyz monster, discard a Spriggun's card, special summon a Spriggun Xyz monster straight from your extra deck. That is super decent, since you didn't really have a way to summon your Xyz monster earlier, so that is super good. And seeing that you're easily able to just stack your Xyz materials anyways, I don't think it's a problem that you don't hard summon it. And if a face-up Xyz monster you control leaves a field by card effect, so if you use its second effect, then you will be able to pop a monster your opponent controls. So that, oh no, it's not pop, sorry, I thought it was pop. It appears to be it cannot attack, so once again it can kind of stop your opponent from OTKing you. Not that much. I feel that this effect could probably be something better right here. Maybe something like I don't know, add a Spriggun's card or something on those lines. It could have been something so much better. You can at least like negate the effects of that monster too. I mean, it's not bad, you know, it's not bad. It's just kind of meh. It's just too mediocre, honestly. Next we are going to trap cards. We have our normal trap, Spriggun's Call. You can target 1 Spriggun's or 1 Albus. Is this Dogmatika? It seems we have another Dogmatika archetype. Let's see, and then summon it. Not sure how much I like. I mean, it's decent. I'm not sure how much I like it summoning something from the graveyard. I don't think there is necessarily anyone with trigger effects. I mean, you can summon this one, the Spriggun's Captain, just to pop a few cards, which is super great. Other than that, I'm not sure what exactly you will be summoning back with the Spriggun's Call. We'll just have to see it for ourselves. Next we have, during either player's turn except the turn this card is sent to graveyard, banish it and a fusion monster from your... the fusion monster? What on earth? On fusion monster? And then attach one to the fusion that lists Fallen as Albus. No. How exactly do you intend on getting a fusion? This is Dogmatika support. It's meant to be Dogmatika support, I guess. I think they realize Fallen of Albus is a trash card, so they're trying to make it better, I guess. Let's see. Do they like have any they have a fusion? Yep, they have a fusion. Oh no. Oh no. They have Spriggun's Blast. You can activate one card of this thing's effect. If you control one Spriggun monster, choose one main monster zone on your opponent's field. If there is a face-up monster in that zone, it cannot attack directly and effect or negate. Yeah, that's what I meant when I was talking about this thing. I wanted to like negate the effects too, you know. But that's still pretty decent. It can attack and effect or negate it. So it's kind of similar to Melfi of the Forest's effect, where it's just able to be another disruption. So that is nice. And if there are no monsters in that zone, it has a second effect too. It cannot be used for the rest of the turn. So, let's see. Is it a main yeah, it's a main monster zone. I was kind of scared it was going to be an extra monster zone too. It definitely can't be an extra monster zone, because since technically the extra monster zones belong to both players, so you can't really do that. But it cannot be used for the rest of the turn. If you control a fusion monster, which uses Fallen of Albus as a fusion material, you can choose 2 zones with its effect. So it's Ojama Knight. It's Ojama Knight, except kind of worse. Fallen of Albus by itself is a really trash card. Let's see. It's basically super poly on legs. We'll kind of have to see what fusion monster this is. Next we have Tribirgade cards. I wasn't expecting Tribirgade cards. You can trigger any number of beast, warrior, winged beast monsters you control. They gain 700 attack until the end of the turn. That's trash. That is actually trash. And if a linked beast / beast warrior / winged beast you control would be destroyed by a card effect, you can banish him from the graveyard. I mean, the protection is decent, but the first effect it's really not good. It's actually not good. We have a new Tribirgade monsters, level 2 fire beast. So let's see its effects. Both effects are hard ones per turn. It has the same Tribirgade effect to summon a linked monster using cards in the graveyard as material. And if this card is sent to the graveyard, you can send one Tribirgade from your deck to your graveyard. So you can just send Naval, I guess. I think the main utility for this is just being another copy of Naval. That's really all it is. Because, you know, being able to search Naval. And Naval is in fact better, since in Lyrilusk Tribirgade you're able to easily just search Naval and a card called Sapphire Swallow, which can summon itself and Naval. But I guess it's understandable for non-Lyrilusk decks. So Lyrilusk is my favorite Tribirgade deck, and sending something from your deck to your graveyard, it'll kind of have to depend on what exactly you're sending. It's level 2 fire beast, which it doesn't get the greatest amount of support. If it was a beast warrior, then you would have been able to search up Tenki. But it's another copy of Naval in a nutshell. I don't really want to use that much. And now we're going on. We have the fusion monster finally, Splin the Steel Express Dragon. That's a weird name. 2500, 2000 defense, exactly the same as Titaniclad. And materials, Albus, and one effect monster that was summoned this turn. Come on, why can't it just be any one effect monster? It'll turn Albus into some removal at least. But not that great, honestly. Just, you know, you can realistically only use your own monsters unless your opponent like gammas you, then you can use that. But but there's like no chance of your opponent gammaing that you use your normal summon for Albus. Not too sure about that. During your main phase, you can move this card to another main monster zone, then destroy all other cards in this card column. So it's Yajiro Invader. It's Yajiro Invader. He's coming. It's Yajiro Invader. So, and that's it. And during the end phase of this card in the graveyard, because it's centered that turn, you can take one Spriggans or Fallen of Albus, either add it to your hand or summon it. So are we playing Dogmatika Spriggans now? I guess it would kind of make sense, because you're not really, it's basically protect the castle, and you're able to just, using Dogmatika, you can do a lot of like interruptions and whatnot. I don't like it that much, honestly. I don't want to play Dogmatika Spriggans. It looks too cool to be tainted by Dogmatikas. But I really like the idea of the cards, you know. But let's keep going. You have Dogmatika Genesis, Dogmatika support. Target one of your banished fusion, synchro, or exceed material and one effect monster your opponent controls. That is the same card type, fusion, exceed, synchro material? Question mark. And return the banished monster to the extra deck, and if it does, negate the effect of the monster. That's meh. It's really, that's kind of bad, honestly. Unless you're playing Dogmatika Invoked, where you're able to banish a link monster pretty easily with the effect of your Dogmatika Maximus, because you don't realistically have any other way to just banish a card from your graveyard. That's kind of gonna be your main way, I'm guessing. And just being a very, very situational impermanence is not good at all. I mean, if they think this is better than impermanence, since you can just search it up like Ecclesia, you'd rather just search Dogmatika Punishment of Ecclesia. There's really no reason to run this. This is kind of trash too, and that's it. So my thoughts on the archetype Spriggans. I really like the concept, just summoning an Exceeds monster for free and then stack it with a bunch of material and then blow up your opponent's entire board. That's kind of fun. Let's go back to the Exceeds monster. Where is it? We've gone pretty far down. But I don't like its Yajiro Invader style thing. If it was able to just blow up cards for free, might have understood it, but I don't like the Yajiro Invader style thing. It seems pretty cool, you know. Dogmatika Spriggans might be something. I'll make a video later. I'll probably make a deck profile later if it comes out on Edio Pro. But I think I kind of like the deck a bit. It seems really interesting and looks like it could just be played around a lot with, and I like it. Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell, as it really does help support the channel. And that's the end of the video. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.